The problem and the confusion today is that people think you get married for this or that. They really believe that. That the only reason to get married is for some this and for some that. A little love, a little friendship, a little this. No, marriage is bigger than that. So if we get this clear in our heads, you don't marry someone because they're cute. You marry because you're supposed to be married. And if you have a choice, marry the cute one. But not because he's cute. All right? So, you marry for the sake of marriage, and you marry the guy who's nicer and easier to get along with. But why are you marrying him? To be married to him.
You're saying in the end, it could be anybody.
But how do you know?
Well, it's not.
But how do you know he wants to be married? How do you know he wants to be married?
Well, he's got to ask you.
No, but not like the law that you're going to give him. He wants to be married to you.
I think you can tell whether a person has his head on marriage or a person has his head on some fun activities.
Oh, so really good
Fakers, yeah.
easy talkers that
That's one of the things you check into before you even go out. What was your question? Can you marry anybody? Theoretically, you can marry anybody, but in fact, you're going to marry the one person who fits, who wants to marry you. It's not going to be a big choice. And that's up to the Eibishter to arrange the right person. Ah. Here's one of the differences. A guy wants to be married for the right reason. What is the right reason? To not be alone. To be connected to another person and become one. He's got that right. If that's what he's dating you for, because he wants to be married, then if you fit, if you get along, if you're comfortable with each other, he will marry you. If he's not thinking marriage, he's thinking this or that, and he dates you, and he says, wow, yeah, you're great, you're fine, yeah. Everything I ever wanted, you have. So we're getting married? Well, no. Well, why not? Because who knows, the next girl I meet might be even better. So what does that tell you? Does he want to be married, or does he want to meet another girl? Does he want to be married, or is he looking for more of this or more of that?
What if he doesn't like you, and that's why he wants to be?
That's a good reason. Yeah, if a guy comes back from a date, from a shidduch, and says, she's not my type. Okay. He comes back and he says, she's wonderful. I have no complaints, no criticism. She's everything a person could want. But the next one could be even better, so why should I marry her?
Okay, but that might be true.
It might be true. It will always be true.
So what's wrong with that?
He's not going to get married.
Never gonna
See,
No, but what if
But-
it's like he meets girl A and he says the next one might be better, he meets girl B and he marries girl B because she was better?
no, there's no one better than B. What happened to C, D, E, F, G, and H?
If you only dated one person, how are you supposed to? I'm like, yeah, you only date one person, not everyone.
You don't know what?
They're the one and they're the only one.
You don't know who's out there? You're looking for who's out there, or you want to get married? So, if a person says, I met a very nice girl, she's very good, she's very nice, but I want to keep looking, that tells you he's not focused on marriage. He's not focused on marriage. He's focused on things. When you go out 3, 4, 5 times, and the guy says, yes, I want to marry you, what is he really saying? I love you? He is saying, if I marry you, I can love you. Not I already love you. If I'm married to you, I could love you. Sometimes you go out with somebody and say, if I was married to him, I'd commit suicide. In other words, I can't imagine ever loving him, so I'm not marrying him. Right? But not that I already love you and that's why I'm marrying you.
He could tell that something could build up from there, though, that he likes her. So if like and love is very different, though.
Yes.
So if you like someone from liking someone, it could build up to loving them.
Exactly. And if I marry you, I will love you. That's what marriage means. Not if I love you, I will marry you. If I marry you, I will love you. So what should you see in a person before you agree to marry that person? Yes? Here's the important thing. You already know whether he's a good guy. You already know what he believes and what he thinks and what he... You know all that before you even go out. If you don't, then you find out on the first 2 dates. On the first 2 dates, you do not ask yourself whether you want to marry him, because you barely know him. So on the first 2 dates, all you need to know is, would you enjoy another date? Not would you want to marry him. If you would enjoy another date, so you go out a 3rd time. Would you enjoy spending another hour with him? Go out a 4th time.
But that's still,
Now, huh?
that's still the thing, because you're enjoying his company.
Yes, but that's it.
That's not loving. That's still
Hang on.
Personality is love.
That's enjoying his company. That's enjoying your...
After 4 times, it is possible to know whether you're compatible, whether you could get along, whether you could work together. You could know that. What is it that tells you that the chemistry is good? If you can sit with him for 15 minutes and not say anything, and he doesn't say anything, and it's comfortable, that means there's good chemistry. If you feel like pressured, you have to say something. Or why doesn't he say anything? Not good chemistry. Good chemistry means he makes you comfortable. And you make him comfortable. Which means that with him, you don't have to put on a show. That is so good. So he's a nice guy, he's a good guy, he's a smart guy, he's decent looking, and he makes you comfortable? Go for it. Because your objective is to be married. So if all of that is there, marry him. You've got a long life ahead of you and you got to get it started. You want to raise a family, you want to be a family, marry him.